Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste. I'm just gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna start again. Hello, bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Everybody out there in the internet, welcome to Chatting with Tekken for, crap. Do I do it the month of, right? So this is March 2025. I'll check this while I'm recording, but, yeah, Chatting with Tekken. So basically, three things, but not really, because it's like stuff I'm working on to the channel, stuff I'm working on for the channel, or whatever. Changes to the channel, IRL stuff. I don't have my thing open in front of me because I'm trying to pull up to see like it's the month of, right? It's not the month after. That wouldn't make any sense. Like why would I record April's in March, or like effing, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just like, wait a minute, it's the end of March, which is, wow, time goes fast, huh? Okay, yeah, it is March of 2025. So therefore, this is Chatting with Tekken for March 2025. And I've messed up my intro multiple times, and I'm not gonna redo it, so I don't care. But yeah, Chatting with Tekken for March 2025. It's also in the title, wherever that is. It's on it's on the top and bottom, I think, right? Yeah, whatever. Video in the video player. Yes. So yeah, videos I'm working on for the channel, changes the stuff on the channel, IRL stuff, I already said that, but just to, be clear. But then not really, because I've got this handy dandy outline, but I don't usually follow it. It's like a guardrail situation of like, we try to stay in the lines when we're coloring this coloring book, but sometimes it just splatoons all over the place, and there's ink from the magical squids that paint pretty pictures and colors on Nintendo platform. Anyway, I just realized I should have this open in front of me for the channel stuff that I've been doing, because it's a lot easier when I do that. And now I'm scrolling through my phone trying to open up YouTube, but go to my videos here. All right, well, obviously Monster Hunter. Yeah, congratulations Capcom, 10 million copies, good stuff. I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I'm playing it. I mean, I kind of had to like decelerate on that one because I played the crap out of that when it came out, and then like everybody else, it's like, you get to that part where it's like, oh, I ate the whole plate. Is there anything else to eat? Title update 1. Guess I'll just wait. It's like, oh, there's no Zoshia to hunt. There's a selection of tempered monsters. There's an arena, but no arena quest. It's like, it's really weird if you look at like title update 1 and like what they're adding, and then like what was in the game, or like the base game, and then like how they like went and were like basically, okay, well, I mean, I don't know what their production schedule is, but I guess they're just like, okay, we can get this out the door, and then like after it's out the door, we'll like bolt this stuff on that's like already there from the base game or whatever. I don't know, but just like, there's no gathering hubs, but they're kind of coming back, but they're not really, because it's a whole weird way that the multiplayer is. And I mean, it's not a gripe per se, because it's like, I just wanted to play online single player and then like have an easy way to like go into my friends' games. It works, I guess, but it's like, it could have been more seamless. It's not modern and seamless. That's like, I would say that's my only ding really on the game, because like as far as like gameplay, like the story's like a non-issue because it's Monster Hunter. It's like you're just hunting monsters. It's literally in the title of the game. The game's called Monster Hunter, and you hunt monsters. So it's like, what did you expect? But trying to just like present that as like a scenario story or whatever, it's fine. It's like, I really liked Sunbreak, the way they did the whole village thing, and like the I forgot what it's called, like the rampage, or like the procession of monsters that you have to like, protect the village, and it goes like the story goes places. I really enjoyed Sunbreak. World Iceborne was great. It was also just like, your private expedition fleet, blah blah blah, going on your expedition, go to checking out the Elder Crossing, and like all the, it's okay. I mean, I don't want to like downplay it too much because like I feel like World Iceborne like did a really good job of like tying it all together, because it's like you go to different biomes, they're all connected. There's a whole Rottenville where they all like go to die, and like then you got Valhazak, who's like the giant dead zombie monster that they all, yeah, it's like it's a weird like circle of life, like Japanese style game, but it's well done. I really liked it. I, I'm not gonna try to like recap. It's weird, like in my brain I can like remember like the base game in that one, and then like I can't remember Iceborne. Like Iceborne was just like seemingly an excuse plot to hunt more monsters. It's like, yeah, there's this ice drake, Volcana, go check it out, and then along the way you have an adventure. And somewhere along the way, the guiding lands. You show up there, do stuff. But hey, Fatalis, that was fun. What a cherry on top. It's like Sunbreak was like, I didn't want to end up talking about like the old Monster Hunter games, but here I am. But yeah, and then Sunbreak was just like a cool little, you have the sweet village of hunters, and then they have to defend their village against monsters, and it's the whole thing, and then blah blah blah. There's a zombie dragon in that one too, or a zombie monster in that one too. Primordial Malzeno. I enjoyed the build of that, the climax, and it was just like a fun time. And in this one, it's all, you're going to the Forbidden Lands, which made me think of the Forbidden West of Horizon, not Zero Dawn, but yeah, the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, but it's not the same. So yeah, and then you're just, going and hunting monsters. And I mean, actually, I did enjoy Wilds. The farther in you get, when they talk about like when you finally get to like the Wyveria stuff, that was cool. Of just like the ancient civilization. That's just like one of my things I like in games lately. Not to talk too much about Horizon because I don't want to like possibly spoil it. But like the whole like ancient civilization of like what happened before or what came before. Just I really like when games do that. As far as, because I mean, okay when it works, right? Because it's like, okay, if their civilization was so advanced and fancy dancy, whatever, fancy dancy, I just came up with that. Then how did they all go extinct, and like why did it collapse? Blah blah blah. And it's like, sometimes it's like a good explanation, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's yeah, but yeah, it's like when it. I mean, it honestly doesn't even have to be that good. I'm just like, plausible. Yeah, and I'll just think about it and be like, yeah, you know what? They, I, I don't know, man. It just like in my brain, like the gears are turning because I'm just like whenever like I just think about it, I'm just like, synthetic monsters that were a defense system. But then, I think that's like the part like where it works, right? Is like I think about it, and you're just like, yeah, it would work because it's like then the defense system gets turned on itself because you know we can't have nice things and people just want more power, and it's like of course you would just use your defense system to attack your enemies or something, and it's because it's just like a nuclear weapon analogy, or allegory or both, whatever, different, whatever, and it's just like you're just gonna use your whatever weird system of weaponry that you developed, in Wild's case, monsters that are like powered by wyvern milk. That was, it did get a bit like what, like at some points of just like, okay, I'll just keep going with this because or like I'll follow you along the path that you're telling this story. That it's like, okay, where's this going? Where's this going? But then you get to like the whole Zoshia thing, and it's like, yes, the one monster to rule them all, or not the one monster to rule them all. But then it's like they came up with like a really really super powerful monster, and it was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. And it was like anyway, it's just plausible enough. It's a video game. Anyway, it's like yeah, it's like how good is the excuse plot for me to just like, well, I'm just doing things to hunt things to make sweet weapons and armor. But yeah, I don't want this to be like a gush fest on Monster Hunter Wilds, but I quite enjoy the game. So, and then like as far as I mean, I can also see the critiques, right? But I would say like the critiques, like it's more of a I would say the reason that that is the reason it is because like this specific iteration of the game is like they have like smoothed down all the rough edges and it's so polished, right? So like for me, it's like I think it's just a case of like the game like does not give you friction. It doesn't push back. So you just have like you just so that's like that's why people are just able to just like, just blow through it like no problem because it's very um what's the word? It's not restrained on like holding you back or just like, beating down on you. And like so okay, it's like, high rank I would say, okay, sure, like no like there's not a lot of like hard encounters or like hard whatever's, but it's like, dude, if you want that type of experience, go play a Souls like or something. It's not like I don't want that in my games. I would like to just like play them and enjoy them. And then it's like now I'm kind of curious if they're going to like go crazy with like the over tuning on like any of the stuff that comes out after this. Of like, oh, well, you guys wanted a harder experience, so that's what we got in our feedback surveys. And it's like, well, thanks for that, everybody. Now it's like every time I go to play this game, and it's like, oh, this thing hits really hard, or everything else hits really hard going forward, and like Master Rank is going to come out and be a complete just like, wow. Remember base game when like everything was just free, and now it's not, and it's yeah. Well, I guess I'll go play something else. Could turn into that. I guess we'll see. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. Like still playing it every week after that initial launch weekend when just breeze through it. That was fun. But yeah, I guess just like weekly hunts and title updates is like basically all there's to look forward to until the expansion. So who knows when that is. But yeah, I'll just keep cracking on with it. And then the challenge I made to myself with this entry is I'm going to change weapons every month. So I'm going to stream it again tomorrow, and then start dual blades. And it's like, I don't know how to use most of the other weapons, so it's going to be a fun time just like learning how to play everything else. But I have like enough Ardian materials where I can just like make a non-elemental of like each different weapon type, and I'm just like, you know what, we'll just take this one and just like cherry pick the best. I mean, it's not the best, but it's like a very easy to make thing that's going to give me high damage and like high performance, just like without having to like craft all the like the other stuff to get to that point. And it's like, yeah, like why would I not just start at the top and just like have some sweet weapons? And I think I'm just gonna like rehunt all the monsters in the order, and then just like I think going from high rank like not low rank, and then just like because that way I will remember all the patterns and like keep all the encounters fresh in my brain, and not get like, oh, what does this thing do, or what does this thing do, and like then I can just like keep the like muscle memory of like how to fight each monster, but then not at the same time like build on top with like each different weapon of like how to approach each encounter or each monster and like what it does. So I'm looking forward to that because there's like 15 weapons. There's a lot. There's double digit amounts. There's over 10. And it's like, yeah, if I just change my weapon every month, because I'm going to be playing this forever. I mean, not forever, literally, but I will be playing it, like, until the next... okay, I almost said the next one, but, like, not until the next Monster Hunter, but I'll just be playing it until they, like, stop, updating the game. There we go, that's what I meant to say. And then I might even keep going, like, after if I enjoy it enough. But, yeah, it's like I'm not going to stop anytime soon, so, like, I got to give myself something. After I, like, ran out of stuff to, like, do in the game, it's like, dude... This is going to be... It's actually interesting, right? Because I had planned for that, like, leading up to this. I was talking about it, right? I was like, okay, well, my plan is XYZ if XYZ happens. Because it's like, I know me. And I know how much I play games. And I'm like, is it going to be crack-out proof? It was not crack-out proof. So it was like, yeah, dude, I guess in the event that I just blow through or in the event that there's like I get way far ahead of like whatever's at base game, I can just start playing with a different weapon every month, and it's like that's where we're at. And like they still have the weekly limited bounties, which is funny because like I'm still doing it for the armor spheres, but like I don't really need the armor spheres, but it's like actually you do, because like eventually if there's like enough armor that's added and like you don't have it upgraded, it's like, oh, I really wish I had armor spheres. And it's like, yeah, you should do those weekly limited bounties, and I'm not going to stop doing those because that stuff is like, quite valuable to have. So there's like no reason to stop doing that. All right, but beyond Monster Hunter, so Aiden Chronicle DLC. So I went back to play that game. I started New Game Plus because to play the DLC you have to be like a certain point, and I'm past that point in my main save file where I missed one character, which is another reason another reason for me to like revisit it on New Game Plus is going back to get the characters I missed, but there's only one I missed, so that's kind of funny. And I can only get them, I think, at the end because you have to like have them all and then get to that point, and then I don't know what happens, but I guess we'll see this time when they actually join you. So I'm replaying that. I'm enjoying it. Still fun. I kind of wish the enemies scaled with your difficulty in that one because it's just been a cakewalk, which is fine. Like I would rather have an easy time than a hard time because it's like if I wanted to have a hard time, like I said, I just go play something good, play Souls. Like it's like if I want to get punched in the face and be like ow, 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 and then like at some point you're like, all right, dodging every punch because you're like, haha, yes, I saw that one coming. I've got your pattern down. Upload complete. But it's just so funny to me because like I think about those games and like how they are like one of the like the things of them is like just like the repetition and like pattern recognition because like once you get like it down, right? But then like to me it's also funny because that's such like a basic game skill, like going like all the way back to like the Bay Area games of like you just gotta like know the pattern, and like once you have the pattern down, but then there's more to it than that because like obviously like crazy attacks that do a ton of damage, so you gotta like dodge and like not get hit, but then have your attack window but don't get greedy. It's the whole thing. But it's just funny, like it's like what's old is new again. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Aiden Chronicle. So I think the third DLC is about to drop soon. I haven't gotten through any of them. I'll play through it, get through each DLC chapter. It should be like super easy because my characters are just so over leveled. And then back to Fantasian. I said that last month, I think. Okay, so I just remembered what I'm talking about. JRPGs in general. So basically, there's a lot, and like I kind of want to play a lot of them, and they take a long time. But then I did say like I'm trying to spin the channel down, and it's like so I'm just like, dude, I don't know, it's like I do want to play all these games, and it's like effing but then I still have effing this one too. It's like I want to do the deep dive on GTA this year, so I'm like I have no idea how I'm gonna get all this stuff done, but then at the same time also just like actively do less and stop on the channel, so it's like I don't know. So we'll see. But because I still need to like split the channel into like multiple things because there's too many things that overlap that are like not the same thing, and I need to have like a more focused multi-channel thing going on. So I would like to say by like at least by June or the summertime, I would like to have like a better like exit strategy of like okay. Because like on the channel now, it's like I've got a bunch of like something I wanted to do to like wind it down is like I've got a bunch of unfinished playthroughs and I wanted to like start like working my way through them. But then I'm like, okay, it's I can do all these things at the same time. It's just like going to be like not the ideal like you go down to zero and then you spin back up to whatever. It's like we'll just I don't know. I'll figure something out. It's whatever. Like all the channels I'm gonna like have are gonna be like their own thing anyway. But like very similar to stuff that's already here. But then I'm just like, okay, well then when do I stop making content for this channel? And it's like, well maybe I never do. And I think the thing with like that is just like the forever games like Final Fantasy 14, or stuff like Monster Hunter, or stuff like where I have stuff like on the channel of like stuff I've played like Destiny or something, right? Where it's like game can like it's like some sort of like online thing, or maybe it's not, but it just gets constant updates, or it's like always getting updated or whatever. Like No Man's Sky, like I played that as well. You know, if it's already on here, then just like leave it here, and then like it can live here. But then like anything going forward, once I make the new slate of channels, it's like okay, cool. But then also I think I have like different ones, right? Or not? I'm sorry. Obviously different channels, but like you know, it's like I'm trying to think like what is the I can't think of the word. Like how would you parse it, right? Would you have like stream archives and then like a separate channel for like gameplay videos, even though that's like two similar categories? I'm trying to like think as well, like when I split it up, like how is it going to be split? So it's just like I haven't gone back and like you know looked at what I was saying or my notes of like all the different stuff, but it's happening, man. It's like I would like it to happen at the end of this year, so yeah. But then like I just said, I want to do that GTA deep dive, and I've not played any of it. I still also need to do a bunch of the PS3, PSN store videos. I'm still behind on those, man. It's like every time I have some spare time, I'm like, I should do this video about the PS3 and the PSN store, and then I just don't. And it's like I had time to do it, and I just like it's whatever. It's happening. I mean, it's taking way longer than it should, but it'll be done eventually. I actually think that Raidu Soulless Army, that was that on PS3 or is that on PS2? I can't remember, but I think that game is like on the PS3 PSN store, and like now it's getting remastered, which is kind of funny. So, but then they already did like remaster Digital Devil Saga, one of them or both. Wait, no, I think both are on PS3, but then only one of them got remastered, right? Digital Devil Saga 1 or 2, not both of them. I could be wrong. Anyway, but yeah, as far as JRPGs, I I I do just like want to play a bunch, man. There's like so many that are out or coming out, and I'm like, man, I really want to play all these. So I might just make another channel where it's just like JRPGs I can play on that channel, and then I'll play on that channel until you know this one's done. Well, not done, but like this one's got like all the issues I have sorted out with it as far as just it's cluttered, too much stuff, etc., etc. Oh, I guess Zenless is like that too, huh? It's free to play. It's also a online game where it will have end of service and then be dead. So until that's dead, it lives here, I guess. But yeah, man. Saga Frontier 2. I think that's what I wanted to segue into because I did pick it up. I was playing it on stream, but the stream didn't archive, so I have to restart that one. Because I was like, you know what? I really like Saga Frontier. I love that game. I've not played the sequel. I bought a retro copy. I bought it. I showed it on the channel. I bought it recently. I don't know if I've got it laying around, but let me see. I think I have the disc here. My PS3. If I open it, yeah. My gosh, my head's falling out. Oh, you know what? I remember now. I think they came in like a ghetto packaging, but because I was like, oh, it cost XYZ, but it came in like it cost me cardboard duct taped together dollars, and it was worth it. But it's always weird when I look at these PS1 games with like the black disc, the black back on the discs. But yeah, dude, I've not played. I bought the retro copy of this on PS1 off eBay. I did not get around to playing through it. I booted it up like the first day I got it to make sure it worked, but I didn't really like get to play it. So I mean, I'm happy there's a remaster, and I'll take it. But I have not played it. So I was playing on stream the other day. So I've played up to the part where you're Gustav and you come back after 20 years to the kingdom that you start in. So I played the first 20 years on Gustav, but the stream didn't archive, so I'll just restart and then play back up to that point. And beyond and finish it. And then like I guess there's 2 campaigns. I don't know. I've not played it, so I'm just like I don't think it's structured similarly to the previous game, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about, but basically there's just a ton of JRPGs coming out. Because there's Expedition 33, there's Lunar, Silver Star. I'm sorry. The Lunar remaster, that's not the same as the previous. The title's not the same. It's not Silver Story Complete. It's just Lunar Remastered, I think. I'm not getting the Suikoden 1 and 2 remastered because it's a whole thing. Me and Konami, I'm not going to talk about it, but the whole Hideo Kojima thing, Metal Gear Solid 5. I still remember what they took from us. So that's a whole thing. That's also why I don't buy their Konami stuff like Silent Hill, etc. But that's a whole other can of worms. Yeah, Lunar, Expedition 33, Saga Frontier 2, Fantasian. Gosh, I think I'm just restart Fantasian. It's like, or I'll restart it off stream and then like play back up to where I was at, because I don't remember what was going on, and then I'll just jump back into the game from there. Metaphor, I would like to play through for sure, because that was my favorite game last year. Speaking of favorite games last year, I made that video, but I need to redo it. That was like way too long, and just I tried doing something different. It didn't work. I'm just going to do like the normal way of like talking about the games and then like why I like them. But that was my favorite game last year, if you're wondering. So, but then I streamed it, and then like my stream kept, yeah, for some reason I had like really bad like internet issues last year. They did get resolved eventually, but like, so I streamed the first Spoken DLC. I still got like the create button clips need to upload. And then Metaphor, just like every time I went to stream, it wouldn't work. So I was like, dude, I'm just gonna play it offline. And I played it offline. It was effing awesome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and it was so long. And I'm like, dude, I have to New Game Plus this on stream, and it's 100 hours. Oh my gosh, and it's just like I kind of went to like do New Game Plus for Rebirth as well, because I didn't do all the side stuff. I just like got through the main game, but I was just feeling open world. Like I had kind of had like a bit of open world fatigue depending on the game, and like that game has the thing where it like has like the stuff it vomits into the map, and it's like, oh, go here and it unlocks this thing, and it's just like every every map that you unlock has a thing that you go to, like a tower that you unlock that unlocks more things, and it's like it just vomits into the open world of like objective and then more stuff, and it's like, dude, my bandwidth for games like that is kind of running low, and just like there's a reason I don't play Assassin's Creed. Speaking of shadows, I almost got that game. I was like, man, I really, 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 really times 10 times 100 times 1,000. It's like, Tenchu, Stealth Assassins, like, what the F, man? Like, can't we get a new one of those? And it's like, Assassin's Creed, that was always like the thing of like, whenever they come back to feudal Japan, I'll pick up the next one. But I'm waiting for it to be half off because it's Ubisoft. So, just wait 3 weeks or 3 months. Sometimes 3 days. It'll be half off eventually. I mean, I think if you pre-ordered it, it came with the expansion, but it's like, dude, it's like, what if I don't like it? Or like, what if the expansion's like, it's too much of an unknown quantity for me of like, not having played a lot of them, because the last one I played was, okay, I played the DLC for 4, the Freedom's Cry DLC. I didn't play the actual 4 game. Black Flag. That I do have Black Flag though, but you can play the DLC standalone. And then I played the first 3. I didn't finish 3. I played, and I think I played the one with the lady assassin. That was the that was Assassin's Creed 3 era. I can't even remember the character's name or the game, but like it was like the Vita one or PSP. I don't know, but like yeah, it was on the handheld, and you played as like. It was in the Americas as well. That's like the last few Assassin's Creed games I played, and I didn't play any like the spin-offs like Brotherhood and all that stuff. So, and I was gone from that series for a long time because Ubisoft just kept putting them out every year, and I was like, that's okay. I'm good on Assassin's Creed. But then also they had like a bunch of like abuse allegations for like the longest time, so I didn't buy a bunch of Ubisoft games. So. Yeah, and then the company is dying now, so that's a whole thing. But wow, I'm like way. This happens every time we do China Tekken, dude. That's the other thing. It's like I'm supposed to. Okay, not to segue too far away from Assassin's Creed, but I'm trying to like come up with a like either middle of the month or like a weekly thingy where it's like I will do the thing. I will do the thing. What the F, Chris? Effing But I think it would like work better once I branch out the channel to like other stuff, right? Because it's like it was gonna, like initially I was like, okay, if I get back to podcasting, it's just gonna be me in like a solo show of just me talking about stuff, and I can cover all this stuff, and then when I do Chat with Tekken, it's like got all the filler removed of all the stuff I'm like just randomly will talk about as I talk through the thing, and it like makes it a lot easier to do Chat with Tekken and just be like, bing, 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 bang, 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 done, and just like what I played. What's on the channel, what's coming to the channel, and like just yeah, blows it out. But I haven't been able to do that, so these are still long and bloated, and I'm just like, oh man, Assassin's Creed. We're talking about that for 5 minutes, even though I've not played Assassin's Creed in forever. But I think the other thing like about that is like Ghost of Tsushima, right? Like, so like after the reviews are out and stuff, like it seems like it is like a half. What's that thing called when you switch something? There's bait and switch. It's like a half bait and switch, right? Because you don't really play as much Yasuke, though he's in the game. So that's that. See, that was my one thing about the game too. Is like, I just wanted to play a ninja, man. I just wanted like Ninja Assassin's Creed. I didn't want Ninja Assassin's Creed where you can also play samurai. And I was like, dude, like, did you have to put like both? Could you not just give it a Ninja Assassin's Creed Ninja Edition or something, or like can we just like revisit the samurai in a different game, or like have it be a spinoff of this one, and like just can we just focus on the ninja thing in feudal Japan as you're sneaking around doing the assassin ninja thing? No, but then I guess apparently it's like mostly Naui anyway, so it's like okay, thanks for the deceptive marketing. And so it's like okay, whatever, dude. But like, I'll just wait till it's half off. Cause like that was my plan when anyway when I played it. I was like, okay, I'll just play as Naue all the time, and then not play as Yasuke. But apparently that's not the case because it's mostly Naue at the beginning anyway. Because I guess he shows up, but then he goes away for like a very long time until you get like farther in. But then like also listening to the reviews, like the first one I like heard like started with like the person saying, "Man, I'm 40 hours deep in Assassin's Creed Shadows." And I was like, 40 hours of Assassin's Creed? I think I'm good. I think, I think I can wait for a price drop. I think it's like, that's love Assassin's Creed. I've got plenty of stuff to play. 40-hour open world game? It's like, what? Yeah. And I was like, that's it. That's okay. I remember now. Because like Origins Odyssey, those two came out and everybody was like gushing all over them, right? Like about Assassin's Creed, or there's so much, or like the way they're, or like when they did the thing where they turned into to more of an RPG, like open world situation, right? And then like people were just like saying how good they were, but then I also had like heard feedback from people that were my friends that I was talking to in prior chat. They were like, it's maybe too big of a game. Maybe there's too much game here. And I was like, how can you say that about a game? That's effing weird to me. But then like like I heard that sentence and I was like, oh, that's right. These are like really long, epic, super duper ginormo games now, and I've not played one of the modern ones to be like, yeah, like just get to the end. I mean, I remember Dagger said something about like effing Valhalla too, as far as like you get like new areas and you just want the game to end, and I was like, what? Like, just like the exhaustion of like like hearing people talk about these games, but just like they're too long, and it's like, like I'm not like that like the mental disconnect because like I would like hear these things and be like, how can you say that? Like when you want to just keep playing, or like if you're enjoying it, but then I guess like there is a point where you're just like it's got like the working in a chocolate factory effect of like, I worked in the chocolate factory, but then all I ate was chocolate, and I just didn't like chocolate anymore for a minute, and it's just like I needed a break from the chocolate, and it's like, oh, okay. But then I think Mirage, kind of, it kind of like was like the balance struck between that of like the new ones where it's like open ginormo, but then like the classic of like more dialed in and like not, or like more focused, I should say, and then not as big and sprawling. So I guess that's kind of their problem, right? It's like they want to just make these giant open world games with like a ton of stuff to do, but that you play for who knows how long. Or I guess it depends, right, on like what you're doing. And then it's like, but then they have like all these RPG systems to engage with and stuff. And I'm like, I've not played a modern one, so I guess I would maybe not so sure like it. But then besides that, Ghost of Tsushima, right? That exists, and since there's like a samurai protagonist, I was like, well, I could just wait for Yote because I played, I played Ghost of Tsushima, and I really, really liked it. It's like I think it was my favorite game that year, Ghost of Tsushima, dude. Like, and like now there's like a new. See, I'm really interested like in the dynamic here, as far as like you've got Shadows, you've got Yote, and then it's like Shadows is not a samurai game, but it's open world feudal Japan. Yote is also open world feudal Japan, but it is samurai, not ninja. But then probably a sprinkling of that, because in Ghost of Tsushima you got stealth stuff, and it was fun. Um, and these are both quality open world games. I would say Tsushima and Yote higher than Assassin's Creed. Not to say that it's not up there. It's just like you're not first party PlayStation. And then we've got GTA 6 to be like, okay, open world games of the now time modern era. The king has descended from his throne to take stock and look around before ascending back to the heavenly throne. And then it's like I'm curious to see just how in comparison does like GTA, like when it comes out, or like those two games on the side, like they're like it's like they're fighting each other, but like it's like GTA will like come out of nowhere and be like you're not even like yeah, it's like you're not even in the discussion. Like I'm looking forward to that, of like just, or like Witcher 4 is like far off, right? But like Witcher 3 exists, or just like all these games that came out in the interim, because it's been like what 10 plus years of like before, like since 5, and it's just like, dude, it's like I can't wait to see like just so yeah, it's just like, man, it's just for like it to come out and be like, another game changing, like watershed, high watermark moment of like. But then it's like we don't have a release date, so it's like I'm bummed out, dude. It's like I'm looking at the thing. It's like the first quarter of the year is down, no release date. Flipping what the f, man. So, also super curious because we've got Borderlands 4 from the same publisher, but then I imagine that they like know that the audience is different enough, or that they just want to have multiple, or diversification, right? They don't want to have like even, I mean, not that they would need it when they've got like the biggest game on the market that they could just put out. Um, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, okay. I was going to transition to something else and talk about Switch 2 for a minute, but it's like, dude, it's whatever. It's going to be unveiled, so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm trying to keep my expectations in check. They're mostly tempered. I've kind of had a falling out with Nintendo. That being said, it's like I would like to return. I would like to go home, back to Nintendo Land. But it's just like, dude, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this could just more solidify my split with them, and just, I don't want to get into it because it would take a minute. But I mean, the problem is like PlayStation first party is like in a current, like, I'm not going to say they're in a slump, but they got themselves in a jam where they, like, all their games. If I had like if I could have like I wish I could make a bar graph, right, and that would show like each game and like how long it took to make, and it's like basically you've got like all these games that are tentpole games that are really good, but you add up all the development time, and it's like what, like 80 years, 100 years. Okay, I don't know how long it is. I'm making like 50 years. We'll say 50 years, right? So they had like awesome games, but like collectively they took 50 years to make. And so it's like, they had like the stars aligned moment where they could just put out all of these back to back to back to back to back of just like since Uncharted 2, let's say. And so it's like, but now we hit let's say like from then to Concord, right? Because Concord, well, let's say Astrobot, right? Astrobot was like you know, they still got it. Not that I doubted them, but it's like everybody else was like, Astrobot, what? And it's like, whatever, dude. I believe, so I don't care. But it's like, it's like, but then that's like the thing that's like such a bummer with that game, right? It's like the whole, there's like all the callbacks and deep cuts, and like they didn't do anything with it. And it's like, it was the 30th anniversary. We had themes for a minute. Our themes are gone, and it's like clearly they don't care. I'm not getting into it. Whatever. It's a whole thing. But that's the thing. That's the thing, right, about PlayStation right now with me, is like it just feels very like corpo scum, like line go up. We only care about profits. We only care about money. It's just the greed, the effing, just like the just capitalism of it all, and it's just like it's very off-putting, because it's like, what do we get this gen? We had $70 first party games that went up from 60. We had the price of PlayStation Plus go up from 60 to 80. Um, more tiers of PlayStation Plus, because why charge 60 when you can charge 180 or whatever the F premium is, which is insane. Just don't get me started. But just the effing just like the arrogance, the greed, just line go up of it, just the corpo scum, just Jim Ryan. Thank God he's gone. F that a hole. Two words, Jim Ryan. But like, it's just like, and then just like seeing them chase the live service dragon like that, like what happened, dude. And it's like, I'm trying to think what happened. Because, oh yeah, it's like the God of War thing. Because it's like, they had effing Blue Point on God of War live service or whatever the F, or PvP or whatever the F. Like, I don't remember the headline. But then you have like, God of War 20th anniversary, and they have nothing to show for it as far as like anything to put out. It's like, you couldn't put Blue Point on like something God of War related to put out in the 20th anniversary, or just like anything else in the 30th anniversary, like to like celebrate your effing collection or your catalog from Blue Point that was like a just effing all-time banger like remake. What the F, dude? And it's just like they had them on an effing live service game, and it's just like, and then they had Bind on, like, what was Bind making? Something else like that was like also like what the F, and it's just like, dude, can we not connect the dots here? I'm sorry to like revisit it. I feel like every time I talk about, did I talk about Gabe Logan last time on Chai with Tekken? I feel like I brought it up again. Like, it's just like, dude, it's like Siphon Filter. It's like a first party. I mean, those games are hard. I haven't really played them, honestly. I just know that they're like from that era, right? Like, if you're a PlayStation fan from way back, you know that name. So it's like, we couldn't do a 30th anniversary Siphon Filter game with Bind and Blue Point or something. It's like it's like, instead of like plugging the wires together to be like, oh, look at this connection, it works. It's like they crossed the wires and it blew up, and it's just like, it's like, yeah, dude, my confidence in like starting for PlayStation first party is kind of shaking, because it's like they don't know what they're doing, dude. That's how I feel. It's like when I see all these like headlines about, we had all these live service games in the works, blah 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 blah, and it's like, didn't they turn around and cancel half of them because they see the reception? Like, yeah, it's like, look, it's like, do they just not have a, like, is their finger not on the pulse, dude? It's like, did you not see what happened to the Suicide Squad game and like the reception they got, or just like, every game that's been trying to like, drink from that fountain only for it to like poison the well and like just die a sudden death. I, I'm sorry, like I'm like talking and my brain is just like, okay, I kind of like don't want to get like too into the negative, but just seriously, dude. But gosh, pour one out for Rocksteady, WB Games, and like all that just decimation. I mean, that's like the insane part, right? Is like because you can kind of see where they're coming from. If you look at like last year, right, and you've got Helldivers 2, fastest selling PlayStation whatever, right? But then you have like Concord. It's the complete opposite of just like failure to launch, do not want, nobody bought it, and just, yeah, it's like how can you be like the market leader and like not understand your market or your audience? And that's I guess what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about, dude. I am now, Nintendo Switch 2. It's Nintendo's fault again. I was thinking about the console wars that are over, because Xbox is like, yo, dude, we're just gonna put out our stuff everywhere. So, I mean, I guess that's one thing I'm looking forward to, because I did trade my Series X in, but I will get like another one eventually. I'm interested to see like what they do with their. I have all these whispers about like Steam integration. I'm excited about to see like how that happens or like what goes down. But I could care less if it like the handheld version that's coming out, because I don't care for handhelds. Like if it's a like FN Series S that you can take with you, that also docks, or like if it is basically a Switch but like a Series S like quality or like performance, because I don't see you putting out a handheld that does like Series X or PS5 like quality, like at a affordable price, one, and then two, with all these looming tariffs. It's like not Not in this economy. It's like, yeah, good luck with that. So it's like kind of the reason like why I think like maybe they're like trying to like rush that one out is like maybe they can like or they think they can maybe like get it out, but then like the parts and everything is like it's not happening like that. That supply line is like too locked down. It's like you're not going to be able to beat it with, or like you're not going to be able to beat the or like the time, right? Like the time that they have to like get to market before all these like price adjustments that would they'd have to eat that would like cost them a lot. It's like not gonna happen. So I'm looking forward like to the next actual like console from Xbox, but I I might still pick up the Galaxy Black Series X if I can get one because it's limited edition. So I'm, or if they do some sort of like thing where they put out like another super duper hard drive with the Series X because I do want to play some of those games I don't have access to right now, and it's like I don't really want to buy them all again on PS5, but I can see myself doing that because actually it is cheaper to do that than to buy another console because I traded in the first Pro. So, but I think that's just like a interesting dynamic of like playing um, first party Xbox games on PlayStation. I mean, I guess I think back to like when I got. I think it was like what Sonic Adventure 2 on GameCube, like the novelty of that of like playing a Sega game on Nintendo. I mean, yeah, it did like kind of wear off, but like it's kind of just like that. When I think about it, because I'm like, that did happen before, didn't it? When Sega went away, or they didn't go away, but they stopped. That's the other weird thing, right? It's like Sega stopped making hardware, but they didn't stop making software. It's like Xbox is still making hardware, but now they're it's weird, man, right? It's like because it's like a weird like what if scenario of like if Sega would have stayed around also making hardware, but then still putting their games everywhere. So it's like, hmm. It's like trying to have your cake and eat it too, I guess, scenario. But then nobody buys Xbox anymore, so it's not gonna. Yeah, it's like yeah. Anyway, that's all the can of worms. Let's not get into it. Because it's like yeah, they're not making money on hardware, so it's like. But I mean, maybe they could recoup it on software if the games are good enough. But then the games are good, so we'll see. But I think it's just like weird because it's like, why wouldn't you day and date stuff like Avowed or Indiana Jones, et cetera, right? But then, or I'm just like, what are they gonna do in the future going forward if they're trying to grow Game Pass, but they're trying to like also sell software everywhere? Like, do they just like have it on Game Pass for like a month? For a couple months, so it's like, what's the weird like exclusivity window to Game Pass going to be before they put the games over to Switch 2 and PS5? So I guess we'll see. But I think overall it's like a positive change because it's like you can just play, well, not everything everywhere yet, but at least on PC. Well, no, you can't play Nintendo stuff on PC. So that's like that's the last wall to fall, but that's not going to happen because Nintendo's Nintendo. So. Um. Wow, man. My phone is falling asleep, and we're just whatchamacalliting it here. But I got off topic. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just do like a quick recap here, because I'm gonna because we're at like we're at 48 minutes. Let me try to like get this done in an hour. I'm looking at my last time I taken. It took 41 minutes, so I'm over time here. All right, so Zilla Zone Zero. I'm streaming that every day on Twitch if you're interested. So just like follow. It's like the time I'm playing it though is like in the early morning if you're local time in the Americas. It's like what 3 a.m. Wait, no, it's later than that. Cause oh yeah, see, daylight savings time messed up my stream on that one because I was streaming it every day at like 3 a.m. Because that's when the weekly. I'm sorry, that's when the daily resets are. But then daylight savings time pushed it forward, so now it's 4 a.m. and it's like ugh. So yeah, it's I mean, well yeah, because I could jump on and play, but then if I'm playing it before reset, then I can't do anything because nothing has like reset to where I can like do stuff. But on the days I get off of work and I play, it's 6 a.m. because I play it like an hour after I get home. Or not an hour after I get home, but like an hour after I get off work. Cause that's how long it takes me to get back and then eat something and then be ready to play it for like a couple hours on the daily resets. So I basically just play it on daily resets, and that's like my game now because it's basically a free to play that you have to grind. Or you don't have to grind, but like the the progression is so like slow in those types of games. I'm like, I might as well just play it every day, and just that way my muscle memory stays sharp and I can keep up with it. And I look forward to all the story updates, and there's constant stuff coming up and like events and stuff for it too, so there's always something to do most of the time. So I've been playing that every day, literally, like all year. So that's the goal, is to play it all year, every day, and just at the end be like, all right, cool. I don't know if I talked about this last time. I probably did. Sometimes I forget like what I've talked about before on these, since I don't keep a list. That's not the outline, but it's just something like the checkbox of like, oh yeah, that one time I streamed to Twitch every day and saw zero growth on my Twitch channel. I mean, sure, it's like during like the like early AM hours when like nobody's watching, but it's like, well, if it's non-peak time and I'm not growing, then clearly, obviously trying to like counter program and like go the opposite direction of. But then if nobody's on this, yeah, it's whatever. It's in my brain. I'm thinking, well, if I streamed every day during peak hours, it wouldn't be any different, because it's like all the big streamers are getting more views and like taking the audience anyway. Of like who's not, and that's all their can of worms. But whatever. It just, I think I just like needed to do this also just to be like, because part of my brain is like, well, what if I did stream every day? Maybe I would actually grow. Oh, and then like I don't, and I'm like, oh. And then of course I like export the videos to YouTube, and it's like, okay, well, I'm putting up a video every day on YouTube. Let's see what happens. Maybe the algorithm catches it or something. Oh, okay, not really. So I had to like, prove myself, or not prove myself, but just like put in these inputs on these algorithms and like all this stuff to see like what happens if I actually like okay, I'm not gonna say I'm trying, but if I did the bare the bare minimum, would anything change? But yeah, dude, Zenless every day, Monster every Tuesday. I think those are the main things. I was playing Caravan Stories. That game's dead now. It's in the service and it's not offline. So I think I'll try out some Dauntless, because I did want to try like cycle through a lot of these free to plays. I just have kind of but then like that's the thing, right? Is like now that I found Zenless, it's like that's kind of like the one. I feel like I don't need to play any of these other ones. So now I'm at a weird spot where it's like, well, how long do I play the other ones before I like axe them? So I'm giving the First Descendant like a year. It came out last summer, so I guess I'll give it like a year plus like one season, right? So it's like it came out like last July. So when we get to like the 1 year thingy, if there's like nothing in it that's substantial, and I'm kind of just like whatever about the game anyway. When I play it now, I'm like, why was I like even? I think it just like had like I was coming off of Destiny 2, so it was like very similar with like all the loot and like whatever. But then I'm like, it's kind of weird to see like how that game like took a turn to just like being like fan service and about the like scantily clad ladies, or what did I call it that one time? Bashouju shooter. Anyway, that. And it's just like, that was not what I was thinking when I first saw that game. I was like, oh, this is a cool little sci-fi whatever from a Korean developer. No. Oh man, yeah. And then Honkai Star Rail, I was gonna like maybe try that game, but I'm like, dude, it's every content creator I've like watched a video of that I've like from Zenless that like also plays that, they're all just like crapping all over that game. Well, not crapping all over, but they always like say it's not as good as Zenless. So I'm like, why would I go from Zenless to something worse if it's by the same developer, or whatever? Because I played Genshin, right, for like a minute. I went back to it, but it's like I'm not feeling it, dude. So I think I want to play through the story, but the story is like probably really long. I imagine that's the thing, right? Is like I just want to get to like wherever the story is at, be current on the story, and be like, okay, I gave it its chance, and then like axe. But then like Wuthering Waves actually is a good game. Like I actually enjoy that one. I would say it's definitely better than Genshin. And then just like from logging in and doing my dailies, I got like a ton of pools reserved. So it's like, dude, like it's way more gracious on the free to play aspect. Like I spent like before the game came out, you could pre-order for like $10 to get like in-game stuff, but like that's it. I spent like $10 on it. I'm not going to spend anything else on it because, but it's like that's the trap I fell into with Zenless, right? Is like I've seen the other side of the fence now, and I'm like, oh no, it's like when free to play becomes pay to win. It doesn't always become pay to win, but like it's a slippery slope because The reason I spent so much on Zenless is because I wanted this character, and they were awesome, and they were OP, and I was like, dude, but I gotta get them maxed out before they go away. And it's like I'm not gonna get into the whole banner system and how it works and pulling and gotcha, but like gotcha is the worst. The gotcha is like the worst mechanic ever I've ever come across, and it's like it is. Yes, it's like it is like the amount of friction to bring a Monster Hunter from the beginning of like Monster Hunter not having any friction at all and just being such a smooth, seamless like quality of life, just like oh so good. Whereas like gotcha, dude, gotcha is a punch in the face of just like of like RNG of like oh man, I hope I get this thing. Oh, I didn't get the thing. I got a bunch of other crap. I could use the other crap, but then it's like if I use the other crap, I have to upgrade the crap. It's not a good time, man. It's not a good time. It's not a fun time. It's a bad system and mechanic. I mean, Withering uses it, but you don't have to like engage with it actually, which is kind of weird. Same thing with Genshin actually, because I haven't pulled for a character in Genshin in forever. And then with like Withering, you get to. It's like yeah, it's like a weird like you get to choose like who you'd like to try to unlock, but the way to unlock them is like it's like a slot machine style system. It's bad. It's the worst. It should be outlawed. Um, that's just from playing what 3 of these things, because Zenless is gotcha, Wuthering is gotcha, Genshin's gotcha. See, I think the reason I never got into Genshin is just I didn't care for like any of the character designs, and then like I didn't try to unlock anything, and I think people just there's just like I think there's just a big enough pool of people that have like that problem, I guess, as far as like addictive personalities or whatever, because it does seem very gambly. That it's just like that's maybe how they made all the money. I don't know. I was just like, dude, this game is really popular and makes a bunch of money. But then I played it and I was like, disagree. And I went back to it this year and I was like, yeah, Genshin not so much for sure. I would definitely put that in like easily top 3, top 10, easy most overrated games I've ever played because it's just I don't see what other people see. I don't know what they're like enjoy about it. Okay, not what they enjoy about it, but it's like, dude, I play it and I'm like, okay, it's like okay, but it's not like it's like very lacking in a lot of aspects of like what like I'm very curious like what have you played before that you I mean okay I guess it's probably also popular like outside of America too, but I'm just like, dude, what is your like what have you played before and you played this and you're like this is the best thing ever. That's my thing. And like yeah, it's free to play, not to spend anything, but like that game is like very very progression locked and not a fun time. But yeah, dude, effing Genshin. Tower Fantasy I played because there was like I had a lapse of judgment. That's what happened. I played the first Descendant, and I was like, oh, this has a bunch of like pretty ladies. And then Tower Fantasy also has a bunch of pretty ladies, but that's like all it has. And there was like this summer event where it was like beach volleyball, and I was like, oh, I want to play this. And I downloaded it and I forgot about it, and I was like, why was I playing this game? And then I always go back to why was I playing that game because that game is not good either. And I was like, yeah, I need to play that game and I guess get caught up in the story or like whatever story there is. There's always a bunch of like really good like CG cutscenes for it online, but you never really see it. I mean, I barely scratched the surface of like the story and like the game, but the gameplay is not good. I imagine the story is like not that good either, but it's got eh. It's got fan service, so there's that. But yeah, that's that's like all it's got. Um, but yeah, I I would like to revisit Dauntless because I did play that for a minute before it goes away. Also, it's kind of like I feel like it's kind of timely, right? Because Monster Hunter is like so huge and big. So I'm curious if we get either another clone of it from free to play, or if there's going to be like a Chinese or South Korean developer that's like does a free to play game that's similar, but I would say stylistically different. Because I feel like that's something that could happen. Like if there was like a cell shaded style Monster Hunter game that was like a like for like just, it just like looked really awesome, right? Like that's another reason I love Zenless. Like it looks like an anime. So it's like if there was like an anime inspired or like aesthetic like Monster Hunter, I think it could be popular. And then like or if they just like use the same mechanics, right? Like it doesn't have to be like I'm trying to think. It's like a low tech society with like or you wear leather and chainmail and stuff. It's like if it was like a like you could like there's different things you could do with the setting and like the stuff that you're hunting. Like it doesn't have to be like giant creatures. Like you could just like well, that's what I would say. Like when like if you like someone would just clone it or like have like a reskin or something, and it was like if it was like a future sci-fi with like robots, and like you did the same thing but you made armor and weapons from like the robot parts or something, or just see in my brain I'm thinking Fantasy Star, but I'm like Fantasy Star. It's like you come back. You could just sell 10 million copies. What are you doing? Because there's a free to play of that game, but I just haven't given it time, man. It's just yeah. I mean, I did play it for like a while, but I bounced off of it, so I need to go back to it. There's a card game. I want to try the card game. Man, okay, we're an hour in. I'm gonna end this video because I'm not rambling, but it's like I'm kind of like not really going anywhere, and like let's just wrap it up. But yeah, First Descendant, I want to get caught up in the story of that game, so I can give it a fair shake. Though I feel like I've given it a fair shake, and I kind of feel like it's too much like Destiny, where it's like it doesn't really go anywhere, and they're just waiting around to be like, okay, what's next? And then people say Warframe, but or I see it in the comments of like so many videos of like Warframe, but I'm like, in my brain, I'm thinking to myself, if these are people that were really into Destiny at some point, and I was really into Destiny at some point, but then they were not, and I'm not, then they probably like things about Warframe that make it like Destiny. And this game is like too much like Destiny that I should just maybe stay away from it, because it'll be like the thing with Destiny where it's like I play it and I'm liking it, but then I spend way too much time playing it, and at the end of the day I'm like, I didn't like it, but I did. But then there are things about it I did like, so I just kept playing it. But then it's like it's like a mixed bag that like you don't stop until it's too late, I guess. We'll see. I do eventually want to check it out though. There's all these other free to play games I want to check out too, just because it's like I think that's the thing though. It's like I feel like it's a red herring playing Zenless and like enjoying it as much as I am. It's like not every free to play game is going to be like that. Like I played Marvel Rivals. It's like I'm never going back to that. Like it's PvP. Like it's very much depending on like what the game is. Like Zenless just like it checks all the boxes for me, dude. It looks like an anime. Like it's stylish. The gameplay is like it's so similar to DMC, but it's not. And it's got a 3-player. I'm sorry. You have a three-person party of like how you can combine your characters and like get through the content, and the story is really good. It's like I would say it's up there with Final Fantasy 14, honestly, like the way that they deliver it, because it's the way that they interweave all the different factions and characters and whatnot. But just that's my opinion. I mean, I will fight you for it, but over it, because I think it's really good. But yeah, large RPGs possibly on the channel soon. I really would. I cannot put into words like how annoyed I am the fact that I finished Metaphor ReFantazio and like my streaming was not working on my console. And it's like I really like the game, but it's really long. And I mean, it deserves it though, right? Because Baldur's Gate 3 I have like 3 playthroughs of, right? I've got my first playthrough, tactical, and honor mode. So it's like, if nothing else, dude, it's like it deserves its own playthrough like Baldur's Gate, because I honestly want to do like another Baldur's Gate playthrough. I love that game. So it's like to revisit it again, like when the next patch comes out with more subclasses. I'm just saying, they added another druid. Like, okay, that's all it takes is like add another monk subclass, add another druid subclass, or like whatever, berserker subclass. It's like just add all the fun I'm sorry, add another subclass of the classes I like, and it's like, okay, like just like in my brain I'm just thinking, just imagine if like some of the Final Fantasies like had that, like back in the day of like, oh, we added more classes to our game that's class based. What? I mean, yeah, there's 14, but I'm talking about like the traditional offline single player ones, dude. Just, and it's got crossplay multiplayer, so like yeah, it's like that's I should try that. I should try to do like a campaign co-op stream with viewers or something, because I was getting a lot of views on that, and that would be a fun time and chaotic and fun. Baldur's Gate 3, dude. It's, man, one of the best ever. I guess I'll end it there, man. Videos coming to the channel. Videos I'm working on. GTA deep dive, hopefully. Zenless, Monster Hunter, JRPGs. I guess I'll just skip the IRL stuff, but Free Palestine, Tiananmen Square 1989, Free Hong Kong, uh, Grazie Ukraine, Glory to Ukraine. Yeah. Yeah, but then, there's all the, but then, like, your side loses, and then just trying to survive the theocratic fascism. That's all I keep saying on Twitter. I'm just like, every time I tweet something, okay, not every time, but I'm just like, just gotta hold on. Just gotta hold on for another 4 years. Like, maybe we'll be there. Maybe. Okay, not maybe, but just like, hopefully we get through this, because, let's not descend into fatalism and nihilism at the end. How about that, Chris? Okay. Hold on one second. I did want to go over my game list real quick, because I did actually pre-order. I did actually update this. I think I updated it from last time. 1 second. So, also, yeah, February's done in the books. Monster Hunter Wilds, check. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, dude. Oh wait, hold up. It's down in focus, or it's in focus. It's just this happens every time. Anyway, I can read it because it's like I wrote it, so I know what's what. But so we got Monster Hunter Wilds for February. March is Saga Frontier 2. I almost didn't buy any games in March, and then that shadow dropped in the Nintendo Direct, and I was like, "What?" And I was like on Twitter, like, see, that's what the thing sometimes with Nintendo is like you don't know, is this only on Switch, or is it like a third party thing of like, did they what's that word called? Like the marketing thing of like they had a marketing deal or something maybe. But it's like it's third party and like maybe it's on PS5 as well. But then I checked on Twitter and it's like, oh, it's on everything. Okay. But that's the funny thing, right? Saga Frontier 2. Okay, I gotta say this. I gotta put this in here. So Square Enix had the whole thing of like, we're gonna put all our games everywhere because we're losing sales by like, if we do stuff like Rebirth and it only comes out on one platform, right? But then Saga Frontier 2 comes out and it's not on Xbox, and it's like, so I'm just like, has have like Japanese developers just like abandoned that platform because like the hardware sales are so bad, and then like uh not by proxy, but like therefore they don't sell. Like, yeah, if the hardware's not selling and your software's not selling, then you're not making money. And it's like, well, they're just like gonna like just drop it like a bad habit because they're not making money on like anything on that platform. I'm just like, that's kind of weird. But then they had the whole thing at TGS of like, we have such a good relationship with Xbox, blah 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 blah, and it's like, dude. Oh, there we go. But I'm trying to get this in focus at the same time. But yeah, Saga Frontier 2. I almost had no games in March, but then I did. Under that, we've got Expedition 33. That's April, which is, it'll be April tomorrow. So yay. And then May, I've got Capcom Fighting Collection 2. I know you probably are like, what the F does that say? I last time, okay, for the first Fighting Collection, I like pre-ordered it instantly. I'm just gonna wait until it's May to pre-order this one because I'm doing the thing where like I only pre-order the game if it's less than a month out. Actually, no. I think before, back in the day, I had like, I would pre-order it if it was the same month, but then like at some point something got delayed a month out, and I was like, okay, week of. I'm gonna go back to like a month of though now, just because I don't want to forget. And sometimes there's like really good pre-order bonuses, or just like stuff that's like discounted, and I wanted to get it, but then it's not discounted. Like that Lost Records game, the Don't Nod game. Like, I would have pre-ordered it and got it discounted it. Now like, I gotta wait for it to go on sale, so it's whatever. That's their loss, not mine. Well, I mean, if I wouldn't have forgotten though. Anyway, going forward into May, April. Wait, what? Dude, I've got this messed up. I've got 2 games in April, but they're listed separately. So Days Gone Remastered is also April, so I need to fix this. June is Death Stranding 2. I've already pre-ordered that actually. That trailer, that effing trailer has me hyped. Like, Kojima's back, dude. But then he never left, right? So it's just like, man, I saw that and it was just like, I can't put into words like how much I needed that. It was just like, it's just like, it was such a like testament to the art form of video games. I was just like, dude, this is insane, this trailer right now. And I'm like, I am immediately penciling in. Oh, yeah, that's actually coming to the channel. Like a Death Stranding replay, man. Because I don't have the director's cut on PS5, but I'll go ahead and like get it for $10 on the upgrade. Because I got to the very end of Death Stranding 1, and I felt very insulted because I could not finish the game, and I'm like, I don't know. The game doesn't really telegraph you like what to do, and it just like I'm in like a death loop at the end, and I'm like, well, that was depressing because I started the game, and then Kojima just like punched me in the face of like, you don't even know how to walk in this game, and I ended the game, and it's like, oh, I can't even finish because I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. So yeah, it's on the channel if you want to like go in there and like give me a comment of like what to do to like get through it. But I tried a lot of things and like none of them worked. So and then October we've got Directive 8020, but that's like the second half of the year games. Lunar Remastered is soon. I don't know if it's April, May, but it is soon. Ghost Yote and GTA 6 don't have release dates. And that's it. Everything else is like half off sale at the end of the year or stuff that we do not know. That is possibly, well, we don't know. Yeah, there's no release date. So it exists, but there's no release date for the thing. So that's the stuff on my list right now. I think I'll put a community post about this, or with this same list or screenshot, whatever, of this. We can just like check back in and be like, all right, what's on the list for Tekken that's coming out now or whatever. But I gotta fix the April listing because I just realized it's got. I messed up on it, of course, right? But yeah, that's it for the video. So, link in the comments, blah blah blah. I mean, also, I think if I'm not mistaken, didn't Discord like get bought or something? Because it's like I never got around to making a Discord. I really wanted to, but then it's like now I don't really feel as motivated, like knowing that it might just get sold off and like get worse. So we'll see. But but I'm always thinking about deleting my Twitter, so that's whatever. But like I'm kind of like at the point where it's like I don't want to ever start over again on a social media site. So if I do delete my Twitter, I'm not going to make a Blue Sky because I don't have Threads. And it's like I'm at a point where it's like, you know what, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I think back when I had no Twitter, I was probably a happier person and less social media better. And I check Facebook and they put it back to the way it was with like the friends tab, but only on mobile. But now it's like it's been so long since it was the way it was before. I'm like, I don't even remember how to use this the old way, and like I don't even like know if I like you kind of ruined my enjoyment of the site so much that I'm just like, oh, cool, it's back to the way it was, but you kind of ruined it, and now I kind of don't care. So I'm trying to think. I think I might make a video on Switch 2. I kind of wanted like to co-stream the Switch 2 thing, but it's like it's not that serious. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm just in it there. It's whatever. Like if I put more videos out, cool, because I got the PS3 stuff I said about and like the GTA thing. But we'll see. But then also I forgot to say, I do want to, because I'm streaming every day to Twitch, right? So like I kind of have this like itch I want to scratch on YouTube where it's like I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because those are my days off of work. So like 3 days a week I'd like to stream, like even if it's short bursts or not short bursts, but like just short snippets of things onto YouTube, which is why I've been playing Ayuden. I wanted to get around to that because I was like, man, I can just play this like when I'm off and like have that be my I think until I'm through with Ayuden and then go back to Fantation or like switch over to Saga Frontier, it's like that's the main JRPG. Or just, I was thinking of like just doing like rotating through them, and then like until the channel's been spun down and spun back up, there'll just be like a constant rotation of turn-based stuff. So, because that's what I gravitate towards, Baldur's Gate, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 7, blah 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 blah. Or not what I gravitate towards. It's just one of my all-time favorite genres that's never gonna change. I'm sorry, I'm totally like getting on like another topic, but I'm about to end the video because I was gonna say like I kind of need to like retire my gamer tag because I don't really play fighting games anymore or as much. So it's a whole thing, but it's all the can of worms as far as like the price on them and like the DLC packs being like priced into the cost of the game because they don't. It's like You can't unlock characters anymore from just playing the game. You have to buy them, and it's just like that's not like how did that become a thing? Back to the PlayStation thing of like, yeah, it's all about the money. It's just, yeah, it's like play Tekken 3, and you unlock all those characters on the disc. Play Tekken 8. There are 2 season passes. I'm sorry, character passes. Wait, no, I think there's just the 1 character pass actually, but there's gonna be more than one, and it's like maybe I want to play the game and unlock the character by playing the game, and it's like, but now that the FN, it's like I'm trying to think what's the expression. It's like the inch has been given. It's like you gave an inch, now they want a light year, and it's like it's not like they're not going back. It's like every time I scroll the games on like the flipping store, it's like, dude, I want to play Guilty Gear Strive, but there's like so many characters you don't get in the game that you have to buy effing the pass for, and it's like Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It goes on and on. It's like I would like to play these games. And then like NetherRealm, I'll give props to NetherRealm just because they always have like the complete edition with like everything added in, but like not every game. I've done this. I've ranted about this before because like I think it's something Maximilian talked about, and I was like, dude, I'm 1,000% in agreement with that. It was just like just the cost of fighting games and like why so high. But yeah. But then which are kind of classically an inaccessible genre, kind of sorta, or just like depending on like how it breaks down of like how it's designed or how how popular it gets, and like how it's supported by the community and like in tournaments, etc., etc. But that's whatever. Okay, I'm in the video. I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk about anything else. So yeah, so this one's Zero. Played every day. I love the game. Catch me on Twitch streaming it. And then Monster Nerds Monster Nerds Tuesday. But then I think I'm going to be streaming like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Age and Chronicle until I get through that, and then other JRPGs up here coming up. I think I'm gonna go straight to Saga Frontier 2 actually, dude, because it's like I've been waiting like over 20 plus years to play the game, and like I finally got the retro copy, and they put out a remaster, and it's like, oh my gosh. And Fantasia I can come back to, and then Expedition 33. It's like it'll be between because Expedition 33 is at the end of the month, so I feel like I can get through Saga Frontier, then get through Aid in the DLC, get through Saga Frontier 2, get through Fantasian, then Expedition 33 comes out, and it's like it's bumming me out because I don't have my Series X, but if I did, I could stream that. I'm sorry, I could stream Lost Odyssey and then put that onto my YouTube, but because like that, there's always like a whisper in my brain of like I want to go back and play that game. It's so good and I love it, and it's just like but then which is like, yeah, like, and then Expedition 33 like has elements of that game in it, and I'm just like, oh, I traded my Series X for my PS5 Pro. So until Miss Walker and Microsoft want to bring that game over to PS5, which I honestly am looking forward to, like when they do bring over like all their stuff, because it's there's decent software on Xbox, and then they can finally get their props, because I'm sure there's so many the stupidest console war term, Sony ponies that have not played, all the offerings on Xbox. But that can change. Just republish the game. Just put it up again. I'm also kind of hoping like if they do that, they can like maybe do some of the backwards compatible stuff. Like if they get, because they already have like how to get it to run on Series X. So I'm curious if they would like the hardware is so similar, right? Like I'm kind of curious to, like, if they would ever do something like that. But I mean, that'd be cool, right? Like the 360 classics on PlayStation, like Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey. I say two things. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm blanking. There's so few. But Magna Carta 2, all the other stuff that you can play because PS5 is not backwards compatible with PS3, etc., etc. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm in the video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I went this long. And you've got feedback that's positive or negative, I'll read it. So just leave it in the thingy about wrap it up, Chris. Jeez, or just like get a better outline, because you. Anyway, that's it for this chat with Tekken. So yeah, until you see or hear from me again, thanks for watching. I'm now signing off. Free Palestine.